It's been a little while. It's slash ACM here. We got a another podcast for you, late night podcast, about 10 in the eastern part of the United States, 9 where I am. And it's just pretty late, but we'll get a good amount of talking done in here, and we'll see how late we can go. I got my bud Trella here, co-GM.
How you doing, guys? Back again.
Oh yeah, and we got another guest who should be a familiar voice. It's Birthday Blues.
That's me.
Perfect. And a new guest, we got Mr. Clint.
Hello.
Yes. So we got our Windy City boys here. Just gonna talk about the season now that it's over. You're all boys. So
Yes,
we're
that
just
would be
gonna
true.
talk about this season, how it went, maybe about the playoffs a bit. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it should be a good one. Unless Vienna wins, fuck those guys. So, Trello, what are your thoughts on the season so far,
So obviously the record didn't go the way we wanted to. We didn't play up to, I think, the talent of the team. Most of that's probably on us. We didn't find the right strategies for the team, but things still look good going into next season. We had a good group of guys in the locker room that are really active and dedicated to the team, and I think things will only get better during free agency. We're looking to grab some guys up and hopefully figure out the strategies. That'll be like the cheat code for Vienna, like they had this season.
Well put. What about you, Blues? What do you think of this season? And
Well,
especially your
what?
player. How did your player do?
Well, I'd say this year was a pleasant surprise. I scored 66 points in 77 games, which is good enough for third on the team, which is something I wasn't expecting at all. So it came as a pleasant surprise. But the standings, it's definitely not what we want to see. We definitely struggled this year. But I don't think it reflects how good of a team we are. I think we have a solid team. Vienna pretty much overachieved, so yeah, I don't think they're as good as Massachusetts or us are on paper. But I guess the sim didn't really like that much. But I'm pretty happy with how my players performed this season. But I think it's safe to say that none of us are happy with how the season went.
Yeah, I'll interject on that. I was watching the last few sims, and it did look like Vienna struggled a bit going into the playoffs. We got a W against them. We heated up at the end, but we were already too far gone, and we still picked up a bunch of losses at the end of the season too. But we didn't do too awful. If we started out that way, I think we could compete more than we did. But unfortunately, we didn't. Clint, what are your thoughts?
The standings are a bit rough, but my player, on the other hand, he's also a bit rough. He only had 30. Let me see. He had 30 points. He was a minus 33. Trella's player, my brother, was also pretty rough. He had 30 points. We're literally neck and neck.
He got one more goal.
Yeah, he did. I got one more assist. I have a better goal differential by 5.
Yeah, so we expected more out of them, but they'll get better. Right now, we got to focus on the defense though, because our offense wasn't too bad, but we let in too many goals. I feel like.
Touche.
Which it's still a new league, and no one's defense is really anywhere where it should be on any team. So we just got a little outworked, but I think we'll go into this next season with a game plan and some heart, and we'll bounce back and be right up there with the best of them. Any surprises on the team from you, Trella?
I think that Vela-Pekka Heikkinen, K. Marco or Cavs player, was a really pleasant surprise. We cleaned him off waivers pretty deep into the season. We just needed like a right D to fill in the active spot, and he built a more of a defensive checker kind of player, which was pretty needed on the team. And he came in, and I think he did a really fantastic job on the third pairing. I mean, I think he had the best plus minus out of all of our defense, which is really crazy when you think about it, considering his limited ice time. And he actually contributed pretty well offensively, which is surprising considering like his build. So I think he's not really getting talked about at all, and I think he deserves a little bit more credit because even with his limited ice time, he still did a really fantastic job alongside Chekhlova. That third pairing was actually really solid this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one of these guys is going to talk about the second line, so I'll mention Chekhlova. I mean, we got her at the way end of the fucking draft there.
She actually came out and said as soon as she joined the Discord that she wasn't expecting us to pick her. And it's crazy how much she's bonded with the team.
She's a lovely lady.
I mean, she kind of created for VHL friends, but we snagged her because Trella did a little last minute scouting and saw that she had done, I think, all of the draft miss things. So it's kind of like, oh shit, this is like not an inactive D man, so we should jump on that. And yeah, she joined the Discord. She immediately became a big part of our locker room, and her player didn't do bad at all. I mean, they almost got as many points as Victor Petrov, and they were on the fucking second pairing and power play. So he tore it up, but so did Chekhlova. So I think just paired with the fact of a late draft pick and the good performance, like that's an underrated player right there. Blues, you want to talk about maybe your line or your player or whatever's going on there?
I was just gonna chime in with someone who I think probably has flown under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Arto Halla, our fourth line center.
For sure.
He actually had a really nice start to the season. Kind of faded off a bit. He only finished with 31 points and a minus 40. But at the beginning of the season, he was one of our top scorers. And he's been pretty active.
And what's impressive is if you look at Van Rosen, he only got like 16 points. So him and Holland Flemington like kind of did their own shit, you know?
Yeah.
Which is nice. And a lot of times you'll look and like a game-winning goal. I don't know if we tracked that, but I'm sure he actually got a bunch of game-winning goals that pair. So I think they're more important than the 30 points or whatever might lead you to believe.
Yeah, I'd say besides both Chekhlova and Häkkinen, he's probably our most underrated player.
Yeah, I mean, another waiver claim created pretty late, but is up there in TPE and has a good build already. I mean, they're getting points.
Not to mention he's a trail recruit.
Oh yeah, so we'll see where they're at in the coming season, what kind of ice time they'll get. Doubt it'll be fourth line anymore, but we'll see where we can fit everyone in with free agency and all that. Clint, you got any kind of underrated or surprised players?
Probably everyone you said, Chekhlova specifically.
Mm-hmm.
She was killer on the third pairing, second pairing, something like that.
Third pairing.
And she killed it way more than the Steelhead Bros.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is a matchup advantage too, because while the Steelhearts didn't get that many points, they were still against the top forwards and D. So, you know, the plus minus is a little shredded, but you still got to give them that too. I mean, Cheklova's against mainly inactive D pairings, maybe even 50 TPE there. So there's that kind of advantage going on. But I think everyone, you know, we expected a lot. We might not have reached it, but there's still a lot to be proud of.
Amen.
And then the playoff teams are everyone but us in Vegas. Vegas isn't really a surprise after their start. I mean, I think they didn't get 20 wins on the season, which is rough.
Yikes.
Maybe they did right at the end, but when I saw they were at 16-ish or something.
You know what the sad thing kind of is? Vegas' top scorer this year was Francois Chevrolet. He only scored 57 points and was a negative 82 plus minus.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Vegas only won 11 games on the season.
11?
Yeah, and their next highest scorer was Duder. They had the same amount of points, but like the really sad thing is, Duder's plus minus is basically half of Chevrolet's.
Duder didn't do too shabby too. I just think they didn't mess with the stats enough and really maximize what they could do. I mean, obviously, Charles and I started out a bit rough with the stats, but we kind of put them somewhere where we were happy with them, and we did get results from it. So that's just part of trying to do what's best for your team. And they couldn't really find that balance, but I don't want to shit on them too hard, but I'm pretty sure they are the only team with a player who didn't get a single point on the season. I don't know if you want to look at the index and verify that, but it is a funny tidbit. I think everyone, even like every D-man or whatever, got a point except one center on Vegas got absolutely no points in 82 games or something around that. So, you know, maybe some NSHL trivia for you. But yeah, I mean, 11 wins is really rough, and hopefully it doesn't turn the guys off of the league too much. I mean, they're going to get some new GMs in there, maybe do a little overhaul. Don't know if they're going to change the branding. That would be interesting, but
that'd be premature.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going to go on there. Hopefully they figure shit out and become a little more competitive.
Yeah. To be honest, I really do think that the way the site's going right now is a bit worrying. Like, you don't want half of GMs basically quitting on it one season in, especially with like, I think using EHM as a sim is pretty cool, but what?
Just like you.
Oh, thanks.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
But thanks, Clint. But I'd pretty much say that I think something needs to be done to kind of draw more people in and kind of keep them going. Because I've really enjoyed my time in the league so far, and I've tried to keep active, which is good because I kind of have a track history of like getting inactive on other leagues. But there really needs to be something done to kind of keep people in check, and not in check, keep people interested.
Sorry.
How do you feel about this, Clint?
What was the question?
Where do you see the league going, and do you think stuff needs to be done to keep people active on it?
They should probably do. I mean, I have no ideas. They can figure it out, but they should probably figure something out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe do a little track research on the GMs. Although people like Ace, he quit, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe he's stepping down. I think it's not anything to do with the league. I think he just wants to commit more to the SHL, which I understand. I mean, I think going in, he told Cal, I'll do this till New England's good, and I guess he believes they're going to be good this season, so he wants to fully do that.
I think their divisions are going to be a bit tough, but maybe.
Why aren't they? I don't know. We shouldn't talk about that. That's SHL. Anyway.
Yeah.
SHL.
Yeah, I mean, there haven't been articles posted really in a while, or graded, but you know, I'm doing a little season review on all of our picks and how they did, even the guys we didn't sign or didn't play a game. And I mocked up our jerseys in Photoshop. You know, we had a good little mock that we posted in our team page, but they weren't like that fancy NHL jersey Photoshop. So I got my hands on that from someone, and I was spruced them up a bit, so I'm excited to reveal those.
They
I mean,
looked great.
they're not revolutionary; they're the same ones, but they just look nice with that lighting or whatever. So, but I also made some alts that I'm gonna reveal soon. Yeah, just going into our second season, maybe into the draft. I don't know what we're gonna do there. I'll make a plan with Trella before we do that. We got end of the season bonuses coming to a lot of players, especially active ones. So if you've been active in the locker room, I want to reward you for that. And Trella and I are also gonna do team awards. So we got some big stuff coming in the off season to at least keep our players interested in the league and still happy they stuck around and updated. So really proud of everyone who has been updating, even if they're not in the locker room, even if they just sign in, update or do
Every
whatever.
now and then.
Yeah, I mean, still really happy with how many people stuck with it, even through a tough season like we had. So, like to give back now that the season's over. We can kind of chill out and not worry about the sim much. Any thoughts on that, Trella, before we go to Blues?
Yeah, I think everyone really did a great job this season. Given the way that things in the sim went, I don't really think that was even close to the most important thing about the league for us this season, which kind of seems a little wrong when I say it, but honestly, you come here to talk to people, to meet new people, to have a good time in our Discord and just talk to your hopefully friends, and I think that's what we really succeeded with this season, even if the team didn't succeed on the ice. So I'd like to thank everyone on the Cyclones team for their efforts this season and staying active and updating and even just chatting a little bit in the locker room when they can poke in.
Thank you.
It made this first season pretty great, even though we weren't winning. It was a little frustrating for me as a GM when you're doing tests and things just aren't going your way no matter what you do. But you guys made it a lot better, and I was getting a little frustrated with the team, but I really just focused on us as the locker room and you guys and the boys and girl, and it was really awesome. So thank you guys.
I couldn't have said it better myself. You guys want to add anything to that?
I think we might have undisputably the best locker room in the league, and I think the group we have has been just so friendly and funny and just great to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard a lot about other locker rooms, but definitely had the best emote game. I mean, I've been in GIMP making a couple emotes for us. We're having some fun with that, so.
I'm not going to say we have the best locker room because I've not been in any of the 7 others, but I will say that I bet we have a better locker room than Vegas.
I don't know if that would be hard to beat. I haven't been in there, but we could ask some people.
That's like bragging about beating Stevie Wonder in a game of I Spy.
Yep. Okay. Very interesting analogy. But yeah, I'm also proud of our locker room and how we kind of just bonded instead of worrying. Like, we didn't check the sim that much. Like, I mean, you could check it frantically, especially in other leagues. I know people do, and they get really upset at how they're doing. But instead, we just kind of hung out, played some games sometimes, went and chatted, had a fun time. So that's kind of what's most important for me when we built this locker room was a team instead of just players who want to win. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a success in our season. So
we are Pierre Dorian's fantasy team.
We are a team. Yes, beautiful. So that's where I'm at this season. I don't know about the playoff matchups. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing they're just doing by division first, and then cup final is best of both. So I'm assuming it'll be Vienna and Mass. You want to make a couple predictions here? Any one of you?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I think whoever wins this series is definitely going to win the championship.
Oh yeah.
Those Vienna and Mass were definitely the best teams this season, and there's really no way to like bullshit around that.
Yeah.
The West was really weak, and the East was a lot stronger with Vienna and Mass on the top, and we weren't like that shabby. We still won 30 games, and we scored some goals in some tough games. So the East was a lot stronger than the West this season. And Vienna and Mass are really the top teams all season long. And, LA kind of gave Mass more for their money, but it still wasn't even that close. So I think that whoever wins the series is probably going to win the championship. And I don't. While Mass is a good team and they've had a really solid season, I don't really know how you can go against Vienna after the season they just had and after how they dominated for most of the season. I think I'm gonna have to go with Vienna. They have the best scorers, the best offense, pretty much the best everything in the league all season. They were just really
You know
meshing
what?
as a team.
I'm gonna go against you with that. I think Massachusetts is going to beat Vienna in a 7-game series, and then sweep UConn.
Interesting. What do you think, Clint?
I'm gonna go with my real life home state in Massachusetts. I just have the gut feeling that a state that is so successful in championships, better than New York, better than Chicago. I think they have the championship poised to get through. What will be a tough series against Vienna, and then they'll just walk through UConn or LA or whatever, Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you feel, I'm with Trella. They have been dominant. I don't think
Make a bet.
that they'll walk all over Mass. I think Mass will take a couple games, but they'll end up falling to UConn. And yeah, UConn will win, or not UConn, fucking Vienna, whatever. They'll win whatever matchup they have in the finals. I mean, looking at LA and UConn, I'm gonna go UConn is out of it. I mean, they were better than us, but if we were in their division, I think we'd be a little more up there, and we would have had a lot closer games. We've beaten them a couple of times, so I wish that was how the divisions were, but unfortunately we got in the stacked ones. So it's just how it is. But yeah, I think LA and Vienna will be the finals, and 5 or 4 games for Vienna, and they get it. So congrats to Vienna. That's my finals prediction. Who do you think's coming out of the West?
I'd say Los Angeles at this point. Because if you kind of look at the schedules between the two teams, this is probably going to take a while. Las Vegas, UConn.
Are you trying to read the index? Because that's impossible.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible, but
we're just
I think they probably have the better head-to-head record. Just purely guessing, I'm not sure, but I would say based on the top score, 2 of the top 5 scorers in the league playing for Los Angeles and Cardinal and Weston, I just can't see UConn beating that.
Oh, speaking of Weston, what do you think of the multi thing?
I think there were previous concerns about it. I personally thought there were definitely previous concerns about it. I thought he kind of turned it over a new leaf. So to see this was kind of a shock to me, because I wasn't exactly suspecting it. So,
well, I mean, I don't know if you kept up with it.
Been reinstated, I think.
Yes, because I believe he proved that they were different people.
Yes.
I don't know if I believe it. It's still fishy.
It is a bit shady.
He seemed extremely overconfident in the main NSHL chat.
I couldn't really wrap my head around the situation.
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's bad for the league for all that to happen. So honestly, if he's telling the truth, I really hope he is, and that's good for the league. I don't want to see Weston and all his supposed multis, which I guess aren't multis anymore, but I'd rather see them now all get banned and not have a guy who worked really hard to start the league up and did a lot of things for Cal and the simming. And just like all these active players, I think it would suck to see them all go if they are not multis. If they are multis, obviously they have to go. But I hope they aren't. I really hope they aren't.
Yeah, I mean, Cal was talking about just keeping the multis around because he didn't think we had enough players, and I was like, I mean, we have a couple of guys we could ship off to LA or whatever team if they really need roster spots. Like, we're not using them, so get the multis out of here and we'll figure it out after.
I actually have a question relating to that. Not exactly relating to the leftover players, but what is the current state of the upcoming draft class? Like, are there enough players?
I haven't looked yet.
Who knows?
Yeah, the season just ended, so I don't really know about the season 2 class. And when waivers stopped and when, season 2 crates started.
Okay, looking at unassigned players right now.
I don't know if there's any.
There's none.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So
bad.
we'll see how a draft goes if Windy City and Vegas get the 2 picks. We might have to do some recruiting, but
God bless America.
Yeah, let's well, we don't have a lot of room on our team anyway, so we might.
Yeah, we got a pretty stacked roster.
We might have to see what would go on there. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to draft someone, even if they're active. Cool. If they bailed, I don't know, figure something out. But yeah, that's a very interesting situation. I mean, I'm confident in our ability to lure free agents with our good locker room, especially guys who sign 1-year deals and are looking to get the fuck out of shitty teams. Yeah,
Vegas.
So we're gonna go after some big fish. I think I've been looking at the 1-year deals, and there are quite a few names out there, especially friends of ours. Tampering is a big thing, but if they're a free agent,
we don't want no tampers.
Yeah, if they're a free agent and they leave on their own will and are looking for a new team, I think we can make a decent pitch. We have we have so much fucking money for next season, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to get them to change the bonus rule to more money because I think even if
we're allowed to, the GMs are gonna slide into those free agents DMs.
Oh yeah, but we got money to offer to free agency. That's not a problem. We're already paying out our good bonuses this season. There should be some 3 mils, which is the max they'll let us. There'll be some 2 mils for the not as active guys. But I do want to reward everyone, and we'll still have tons of money left over for next season, even bonuses too. So the budget is not a problem. It's mostly roster space at this point that Trell and I are kind of looking at and going, we like a lot of these guys. I mean, even Benson on the 4th line, like he's been updating like a champ. His player didn't do that great, but I still like him as a guy. So
he hasn't really been in the locker room though.
No, I know that, but I mean, neither has Tommy Salami. You want to ditch him? He's one of our top scorers, So
you don't want to disrupt that 4th line.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a big decision, probably a bigger decision than any draft we're gonna do or anything. It's just like what the makeup of the team next season will be. So we'll figure it out, and I'm confident that we'll make the right choices. Anything to add, Trella?
Not really. I think you really covered it well. I mean, obviously this offseason is going to be not as big as I think the season 2 offseason because most people signed 2-season contracts. So I think that's really going to be mayhem with all the people going into free agency. But I think the draft is going to grow a lot. I mean, a lot of people from the other leagues were saying they were going to wait to see how this went and then create for season 2. And we haven't even done any posts on our sites yet saying, like, hey, you guys can create for the season 2 draft. So I think we'll definitely be getting a lot more players coming in pretty soon. I mean, playoffs haven't even started yet, so we still got time for the draft. So I wouldn't be too worried about only having, like, one guy, however many, for the season 2 draft because we really haven't done any recruitment efforts for it yet. And there are a lot of people who are just waiting on the league to see how it would go to create. So I think we're going to get quite a few players that hopefully we can pick up to the team during the draft. And free agency-wise, there's not too many one-season contracts. Most of them are on Vegas. I don't really know if a lot of them I feel like we're gonna leave, but now that the two GMs stepped down, which I know is like the main issue for a lot of those guys,
Mhm.
now that the two GMs stepped down, maybe it'll be different. Maybe they'll get some guys in there that they really like and they'll stick around. So you never know.
Wait, who were the Vegas GMs? I know Cardvine was one, but who was the other?
JCF.
right?
And I think JCF was the head. I don't know if Cal would have hired Carbine, to be honest. But since they don't hire the co-GMs, he was named. They wanted to like get something together.
Ooh,
So I know Cal wanted to give him a chance to kind of get a good rep, because I don't think he had a good rep in SHL where he GM before.
not at all.
So that was kind of a rough season for him this time around. But I wish him the
Yeah.
best. I mean, he's a good guy. And he's in our LR and SHL New Orleans. So
Nowlands.
he's
And
just
he's a really dope dude.
yeah, he's fun. So it's a tough season for him. I hope he figures shit out and isn't too mad about how Vegas went. But they'll get some new guys. And Trello brought up an interesting point actually about the season 3 off season, because there'll be lots and
A whole
lots. I mean,
bunch of people
pretty
on
much
2-year contract.
yeah, pretty much every contract up. So there'll be billions of extensions, and then also there's going to be a lot of people over 300 TPE. Oh, sorry. I mean, pretty much like everyone's hitting 200 right about now. So I guess only the max earners will be over 300 just because of the way it lines up. We started at 50, so we got about 150 by this time. Maybe there'll be a lot in the off season. I don't know how Cal wants to do that. But yeah, I mean, we should be seeing some people signing bigger contracts in that season, whether it's in free agency or extensions. Clint and Blues, you think you're gonna take bigger contracts? Like, obviously, if you have a minimum that's bigger than your current one, you're gonna take that because you have to. But you think you're gonna ask for more than your minimum, or are you good?
I want to be the highest.
Two things. Probably, and I have to go now.
Alrighty. So yeah, we'll talk contracts next
We'll
season.
talk
Blues.
contracts later.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thanks, guys. And I'll probably catch you guys later.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Alright, so you were saying, Clint?
I want to be the highest payest. I want to be the highest paid player on Windy City.
Oh my god.
I'm not serious.
You and Joe are gonna get into a bidding war on like I want to be the highest paid player, and then Joe's like, I want to be the highest paid player. And you're walking us up 500K at a time till we're at like 20 mil, and we're like, ah, shit.
I'm probably taking an upgrade because I think the original contract I took was absolute minimum since I made a bet with Trell and lost.
I mean, you honored it, which is good, but I mean, if you're
I'm not gonna run up like 10 million or anything, but like if the minimum's 2 million, I'll take 2.5 or something, maybe 3.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna have some cap room anyway, so
we definitely do next year. So that's how we'll look at like next year versus season 3 and how much we really want to spike it up in our contracts. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be team players. I mean, I'm thinking of a few people now who I don't think would have a problem taking minimum, especially if we get back on the saddle with these podcasts and start pumping them out. I did want to have,
of course.
I want to have Dangles on here pretty soon too, because I don't know how his money is, and should be freeing up. I know he's been busy with work, but getting some fresh faces on here. I mean, we got Clint on here. That's a nice 4 mil. Unfortunately, I think Blues only get 2 mil from this, but he was on a podcast before, so you know, not the end of the world. But yeah, I mean, it should be interesting to see what contracts are like in 2 seasons. But for now, at least Windy City, it's most of the same. I mean, we got one 1-year deal with a hockey fan. I I do want to look at our situation before we talk about extensions with him, just because we have a lot of active guys. He's been great, and he actually scored the most points on our line. But maybe looking at the free agent class before we re-sign him would be smart.
Crap.
But I don't know. Interesting situation, but not too much going on Windy City contract-wise, which I'm okay with because I don't like stressing about that. And asking people about
Yeah, we don't.
contracts is super stressful because I want to give people what they want, but I also don't want to be pushed around, so it's kind of terrifying.
20 mil or
I
nothing.
mean, luckily, they got everyone to 2-season contracts except for Hockey Fan and Ace Lightning. So, I mean, we won't have too much to discuss this season. We'll only be talking free agents, which is a lot more fun.
Yeah. But also seems equally as stressful because they'll probably be leveraging their other offers.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's going to suck because we have so many active players. I don't even know if we are going to be able to get free agents.
Yeah,
Hey, you're
the
really
biggest
good. Want to
thing.
play on our fourth line?
Yeah, I mean, it's that or bump someone else down the depth chart, and you never want to do that to like someone who's been grinding TPE.
Trade someone for a pick? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we should be getting a good pick in this next draft, so I don't even know if we're gonna get to make any, which is why we're in kind of an interesting spot. I mean, we're
Too
with
many
good,
actives.
yeah, I mean, with good waiver pickups and just kind of keeping people around and active, like compared to some teams, I think we're pretty fucking full on our roster here. So, Cal saying there would be expansion and only 3 lines kind of scared us to death because it's like we have pretty much 4 lines of actives / semi-actives. I mean, except for Flem, but Flem's actually built a good player, so I don't know if I want to just ditch him like that. I mean, I don't know if this is leaking or whatever, but I did, see if anyone wanted to trade for him for a playoff push or something, just because we weren't going to use him. No one bit, so I do want to hold on to him because his player is not too bad. Maybe even throw him on the power play, see if he racks anything up. We'll do lots of test simming in this offseason, I think. I think that's something Trell and I want to do is really fuck around with the lines and settings in EHM and see how to maximize this.
Yeah, like we're really going to go hard this offseason and see if we can get like the cheat code lines and just dominate next season. Because I think we're going to have pretty good upper hand on TV. And I mean, obviously it says we're like 4th in the league, but we would be 3rd, close to mass if we had an active backup. So I mean, let's be real, we're 3rd.
Yeah, and for what's it called? I want to look at the top players in the league in pretty much everything: shot blocks, giveaways, takeaways, points, all that, and kind of see how those people built and how their teammates built, and like kind of set out a plan for all of our players. Just go one by one, talk to Logan, talk to Blues, talk to Clint, talk to everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I mean, see what they want from their player, what players did what they want better than them, and figure out how to get on that track, I think that would be really smart, and a good use of our TPE is to see how to really maximize our builds and work together as a team and get that defense up, get that offense up, help out the goalie. I mean, I feel bad for T.O. He wasn't updating that great during the season, but I mean, he got absolutely wrecked, and I think that was just the shitty defense. I don't think it has anything to do with how he built his player. I think we just allowed so many shots and probably good shots to teams like Vienna and Mass who can bury them that it really didn't help him out that much. So that kind of sucks, but we'll look at fixing that next season and hope that he is interested in still updating and stuff. That's all you can hope for, really. What do you think, Trella? You think that's a good plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good plan. I just want it to be fun for everybody, even if we're not winning all the time. I think everyone wants their player to has a certain vision for their player, and I think I really want everyone to be able to like fulfill that vision for their player. Like if someone wants to be a defensive guy, then hey, like go be your defensive guy. We'll make it work. You know, if someone wants to be a hitter or an edge hitter, go do that. We'll make it work for you. I just want everyone to be happy with how their players are playing, even if they're not the top point scorer or anything.
Yeah, so that's kind of what my plan was. Like, look at how they're building their player and how they want to, and then see if there's anyone who not only built the type of player they want, a hitter, a sniper, a defensive guy, but also had way better stats, you know, and see where they can fill in that gap between their own player and this good player. And see if there's any room for improvement, you know, like this player has tons of block shots, way more than you. They have a similar build than you, but their positioning and their whatever is up there. So why don't you work on getting your TP in that, and we'll see if that pays off for you. You know, that kind of little tips. Like, I think a lot of the confusion came from us trying to figure out what was the best stat. I mean, Clint can attest to this. There were lots of tags during the season, like at player, hey, we're gonna try to get our speed up. So, you know, dump everything into speed. We'll become a speedy team. We'll skate around everyone. That didn't work out too great. At player, we're gonna get our stamina up. I think we're too tired, so we're gonna get stamina up. Dump stat, and we all kind of got up there. I mean, I think as a team, our skating stats are fucking great. I think we have phenomenal skating, just everyone. So
And you told the defense to get their defensive stuff up.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, fuck that. We're going all offense like Vienna.
So at the end of this, pretty much for the last half of the season, we tagged everyone one final time. We're like, you know what? Just build the player how you want. If you want to score goals, put up your wrist shot. Like at this point, just have fun with it. Try to make your player like fun and good for you. So just put in whatever you want. We'll see next season what we really need to focus on and make an individual plan. So
I just dumped a ton of decisions.
Yeah, I mean, Martin Kane is really interesting because I wanted him to be this defensive guy, and he kind of sucked all season. He had a shitty plus minus whatever. Then for some reason in the last like week or so of Sims, or maybe 2 weeks, he just started scoring all these goals and points all over the place. I mean, I'm looking for post game shows, and it's like Kane on the score sheet, Kane on the score sheet. It's like what
that
the fuck?
That might be because of important matches. Is that like a bazillion for you?
I mean, I had 75, but I mean, we're not in the playoffs, and we were mathematically eliminated pretty soon on. I checked the index, and we had a little, we had X's on everyone's name, but us in Vegas for a little bit there. So he just starts going off. I mean, I can't read the index that well. I was looking at the box scores and their names, but I saw Kane in like 4 or 5 straight games. He's getting goals, and he got 2 and 1. It's like all of my offensive stats are at 30. So I don't really know what he's doing. He's just fucking like poking it, and somehow it gets past the goalie. Like I don't know how
shots
he's
from the neutral zone.
How he's getting any goals like that, but I think if I can build off that, maybe he can even not be such a defensive forward and actually be counted on to score goals. That's what I was hoping for in the playoffs, like someone who can just carry your team, like
Sean Corelli.
Or a Patrick Kane kind of guy. You know, he's just so clutch. But obviously, I don't want the regular season of Patrick Kane, but maybe the playoff performance, lots of points, lots of goals, especially the last minute or game winning, game tying, that kind of stuff would be really fun as a player for me to see. But it was really interesting to see my guy just start scoring when I haven't put anything into scoring or wanted to. I was just hoping to get a good plus minus, and I didn't get that. So
rough.
You win some and you lose some, and you take what you can get. So that's kind of where my season was at.
I mean, I wouldn't really beat yourself up over not having a good plus minus. Look at our team. We didn't have a great plus minus as a whole, so I wouldn't really put that all on you. And
yeah, I mean,
you actually did pretty good. So
plus minus is always
you had a decent
shaky stat.
Props to the second line, though. I mean, not only did they get fucking a positive plus minus, but I'm pretty sure a shit ton of their goals were on the power play, which doesn't get you any plus minus at all, like plus. So I think they were fucking going off there and also not letting in goals. So they did
Don't break
something
that up.
right. Yeah, they did something right. We'll look at why. We'll look at them and see
Yeah, they were
what's
a real
going on there. I mean, the first line got a little
Tis Jafari.
roasted, but I
Let
think
me go to the index.
yeah. I mean, we had some bright spots in the season, so I'm glad that we are gonna be able to build off of that. What do you think about your player, Trello? What does he need in this next season? What are you training in the off season?
Bo, I'm definitely doing some defensive stats for him
Yeah.
because if he's gonna be a true top pairing defenseman for the team, which I hope he is, considering him one of the top TPers in the league, he's gonna need to be able to play on both sides of the puck, and he obviously didn't even do that well on the offensive side. So I might as well focus on something that maybe I can do a little better at playing defense. So I'm pumping pretty much everything right now into positioning and stick checking and bravery and strength and things like that, so I can be a better defensive presence, and that will hopefully keep the puck out of our net and cause us to be able to generate more chances. If we're doing better on defense, we can get out of the puck and get the puck out of the zone quicker, get it back in the offensive zone. I already got my passing up to 60, so I think I should be a more well-rounded offensive player, which will definitely help. So I think for this next season, I'm just going to try to round my player out more. I mean, I went really heavy on like slap shot and shooting and skating and stuff right to start off, and unfortunately just didn't really do well. So, might as well try to round it out and hopefully make a better player that way.
Yeah, I mean, my observation from looking at the box scores on Twitch for post-game shows is I didn't see Steelheart a lot, and when I did, I couldn't tell which Steelheart it was because it doesn't even give you a letter, but even if it didn't, wouldn't matter because it's both B. So I didn't see him that
You're
much.
welcome.
Maybe he's a third assist kind of guy, He's setting up the play, and then 2 passes later, it's in. But I mean, judging by the 20 or what do you get 30 points to, like, he wasn't quite at where you wanted. I know you were hoping to lead the league in defense goals or something like that. So
Yeah, I only scored 6, so I don't really think I got close. It didn't happen.
I think
I'm
we both put each other in the awards predictions to win the defenseman of the year.
Yeah, we were 2 of the worst defensemen in the league, so I don't think we should put like Bald Guy or someone else at it so they can have a shitty season, and then maybe we'll do good.
You jinx yourself. I mean, I feel bad. I was yelling at our team when they put other teams in the awards, but they were putting Mass in there who didn't. They weren't amazing. I mean, Vienna and LA are probably winning all that shit anyway, so it's not like they would have. I stopped them from being right, but I still feel a little bad. I was like, have some faith in Windy City, man. And then obviously they were onto something, but still, you like to hope that your team will put all your guys in the awards, at least for the first season when it's a crapshoot and you have no idea who's going to be good anyway. I mean, if you asked me if Victor Petrov would lead our D in points, I would have probably told you try Steelheart. And if you told me, K isn't going to lead our team in points, I would have probably looked at you crazy. So lots of surprises. We were hoping Petrov would be top of the goalies too, but he's more like middle of the pack. So kind of a crazy season, but now that we have one under our belts, I think awards will be a lot more in line with what we see at the end of the season, unless we have another crazy season and everything's flipped on its head. Which, if we have anything to say about it in Windy City management, it will be, because we'll be up there and other teams will be worse. So that's what we're hoping for. I don't know. We got 10 more minutes. Anything you want to talk about or bring up? Anything fun?
I don't know.
Clint, talk about who is going to be the better Steelheart brother. I want to see what you have to say, and I'm going to rebuttal you all.
The great debate. Here we go.
Well, you see, Mr. Bart Steelhard, he's gonna lead the Steelhards. He is gonna be the poster boy. Basically, when we're both going into the Hall of Fame, he's gonna be like the big face, and it's just you're gonna be the little face in the background. It's gonna be like Bart Steelhard, and then in little text with Bo Steelhard going into the Hall of Fame.
I just completely disagree. All right, listen. People come to sports games to see goals. All right, who's gonna be scoring goals?
He's gonna be setting up
Steelheart.
goals.
They're gonna see Bo Steelheart clapping home clap bumps from the point, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" And they're not gonna notice Bart passing the puck over the deep pass. They're gonna notice a big fucking cannon from the point, right over the goalie's shoulder, bar down. That's
Above
what they're
the
gonna see.
crossbar.
They're not gonna see any little nifty pass because they don't care. They only care about goals, and that's why Bo Steelheart is going to be the better Steelheart, and that's why everyone's going to love him more.
Yes, you proved your goal scoring capabilities with 6 of them in 82 games this past season.
No, that's pretty good. That's like one every. I don't know. I'm not getting mad. There's more than you. So
I wonder how many are on the power play.
4 of them were on the power play. I checked the index today.
Yeah. That's 66%. You're clapping bombs. Maybe through a screen by Benson or something. It'll be a tough matchup. I mean, I'm imagining, Stanley, or they don't have a name for it, but trophy final, us versus Vegas. We both made it from the basement. We're in the final next season. Game 7 overtime. Bart brings it in. Fucking claps it around the boards. Bo Steelheart picks it up. Shoots.
To Martin Kane.
Shoots. Nice. Shoots off the bar. Down in the crease. Martin Kane reaches out. Just fucking chops the puck over the shoulder of insert Vegas goalie name here. And we win it at home in front of our fans. Oh, yeah.
That's what you jerk off about?
Yeah, all 3 of us are making it in this Hall of Fame, boys. We're going to be Chicago legends, so that'll be good. And we'll look sexy in our alternate jerseys next season, those ones I drew up.
Listen, Trell, what color suits are we going to be wearing to the event?
Baby blue, for sure. Blue. We gotta stand out.
I think I'm going to go with probably lavender with a wine-colored tie.
Kane will be rocking a red Cyclone suit with cream.
Custom with logos all over it.
It's got like cream border. And it'll be like Don Cherry suit.
What a bunch of jerks.
Tobin Jensen pull up in like gold chains and
what we should do is we should like show to the event and then start like clapping, doing the skull clap, and start celebrating like a hurricane.
I like it.
Yeah, it'll be good. I have high hopes for next season.
Holy fuck.
We learned from our mistakes here, and we're just gonna move on and be a better team from it. And we had good team bonding. We had a big group article. I think Blade was going to do a Valentine's article, but then she ended up getting sick, so she didn't finish that.
What a pussy.
But
man up.
You are what you eat, so.
What? I'm a burger?
Yes. You're a piece of shit, actually. But
listen, I fell into the toilet. I didn't eat the toilet.
This is not podcast appropriate talk. But yeah, I mean, things are looking up for Chicago. They can only go up unless we have a historic season like Vegas, in which that would be a downgrade. But I don't see it happening, so that's where we're at.
Too good.
We have 7 minutes, so...
Truth or dare?
I want you... Who do you think will be the first team to rebrand in the NSHL, and when, and why? Trell, go.
Alright, this is easy. The Massachusetts Marauders, because mass trash. And I think whoever is going to take over that, everyone hates Boston except for Bostonians. So unless someone who lives in New England, they're going to hate it. They're going to be like, fuck Mass, we're leaving. And they're going to go like shitty Montreal or some shit. And that's just what's going to happen. I can see it happening now. Poor Ace, who spent $30 on that brand, is going to get automatically just ditched as soon as he leaves for some Quebecois.
That is
I
a
hope
fantastic prediction. I love it.
I hope Evok takes it over.
I don't think she has time for that.
Ah,
What do you think,
it's
Clint?
kinda good.
Who's rebranding first?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Mass as well because I think what will happen is some arrogant Brit is gonna take it over, and for some reason they're gonna move the team to London, England, and they're gonna just have they're gonna like play their hockey games in that like what Ferris wheel that they famously look up to.
The London Eye?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
They're gonna be like the London Eyes. That's gonna be their team.
Yours sounds a little less realistic than Trella's, but I could maybe see that happening.
Overseas.
I think it's gonna be Yukon. I think someone's gonna grab that.
Sammy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they would go Sammy that, but I mean, he can inhale pee, but I mean, I think someone will grab it, redo the jerseys, kind of figure. I like Yukon Miners, but let's bring it to Montreal. So then,
Let's bring it to the Northwest Territory.
there you go, Alaska, something like that.
No, not that again.
They'll fuck around with it. I don't know though, because they hired a new GM. They have Pazuzu as the head now, and JVM Jordan Von Matt is the co. So that should be fine. I don't know if they'll be less of a middle of the pack team next year, but
Maybe they won it all.
yeah, who knows? I don't. And I don't pretend to, but that should be interesting. I don't know who they're going with in Vegas, if anyone will apply, and I don't know if Luke will stick around in Mass, or if they'll get a new GM there. But it should be interesting. I did tell our team. I made a little announcement, and I guess I'll tell the rest of the league. Trell and I are here to stay for season 2 and the foreseeable future. So watch out. Watch out, because we're coming back with a vengeance, and we're gonna get you. We got sexy jerseys. We got a sexy brand.
Until one of you gets married, has kids, and too busy for the life, you're gonna stay, right?
Yeah, and I mean that's in like 10 years for me, and 2 years
Dude,
for
I'm
Trella.
like 16, so
Yeah.
Trella's getting married in college to a hot
I don't know
Montreal
about
fan.
And then she's gonna
Alright,
bang some other dude, cheat on him, and then you're gonna have to pay the child support, and then you're gonna be sleeping on your sister's couch.
It's gonna be like that Bruins commercial where the dude's going out with the Montreal chick, and then the bear slaps the beer out of his hand. That's a good one. I like that one.
That's a very good one.
But anyway, yeah, Trell and I, we're coming back. We're gonna come back with a vengeance. No rebrand. We're sticking with the same brand. We're just gonna build on it. And we really like the history we're creating. Obviously, we were on not the best side of it. We wanted to be one of the better teams in season 1, but I mean, it's season 1 and there's 6 teams, so who gives a shit? We're still going to be remembered as a classic brand.
Guess what? We were still a top 5 team in the league.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't do worse than Vegas, so.
Woo! We can beat a paraplegic in a race.
I mean, we got both our GMs. We got a good crop of active players. Blues wants to VC every fucking night. And Logan started writing his lyrics in the main channel as well as his Logan's lyrics channel. So
that's always
I needed that for a reason.
We got a lot going on. That's kind of
well, guess what? He's 18 and he can do anything he wants.
It's a very inside joke that no one else gets. So there's that.
That's the type of things that we got going on in Windy City.
Oh yeah,
we're bonding.
And we got some sexy emotes.
We're brothers.
Let me check out our emotes. We got Wait, who just from the point? Who wrote this? Oh, is this your?
Oh,
That
What?
was my PGS, bro.
Oh, damn!
did he copy it or did he
You
actually
wrote a
do it?
little poem or a song or something.
Yeah, man, I wrote a poem.
That's beautiful. Anyway, our emotes. We got the Izzy emote. We got a Jim
God bless
behind the
Izzy.
window, but then I made a peppy version of that. That was a good one. We
I
got
love that one.
crying cat, mass trash, of course. Walter, we got Walter Bot in here. Just a whole bunch of shit. So it's hot, it's
Yeah.
popping. Get in here, get your ass in here. And
Walter.
we just hit an
If you
hour,
want.
so we will see you next time. Thanks for watching me play fucking solitaire because I didn't feel like loading up Stardew, and it doesn't matter because
Well, the bastard.
don't watch it anyway. Just listen to our beautiful voices. So
No one
thanks for
even.
joining us, Trella. Say bye,
See you guys. Thanks for joining.
and Clint.
Go fuck yourself.
Beautiful.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Clint.
listening to Windy Citycast, and we'll see you next time. Bye.